We're not lions. There's tigers and bears in these 100-acre woods. It's Tickets Please with your host, Austin Gould, Braden Tanner, and Carson Gray.
What's going on?
Welcome back, everyone. Tickets Please. That was my creative intro for you there. I was tickled by that, writing that, because I was trying to think of something clever. I was going to do a Winnie the Pooh impression, but I don't really have a Winnie the Pooh impression. I don't have a Jim Cummings in my pocket. And so I switched it out. But we do, if you're watching the video, you can see that we do, in fact, have Winnie the Pooh with us in cosplay form. The lovely Braden Tanner was wearing the Winnie the Pooh shirt. We made him put on pants, but it still looks pretty good.
These guys need me to wear pants and everything.
Need to wear pants. Anyway, how you guys doing? If you're wondering, Austin, why the hell is there Pokemon in the background? That's because I spent 65 hours capturing this little bastard. This little shiny charm is a Charmeleon now because I evolved him. And he'll eventually be a beautiful black dragon. But I was not going to stop until I got this fucker. And so now all you have to see it because it took a long time.
I'm on 6,000 resets trying to get that thing too.
Yep. Mine was about 8,300. So definitely full odds, but I was very excited to get it. Even my wife was happy for me because she knows how long I was waiting for my slightly different colored Mon. Although the Charizard is very different colored, so worth
That's
it.
awesome.
Worth it. Yeah, I was going to ask Brayden. Yeah, that was exactly what it was. She was excited for me though. But Brayden, I was going to ask how many resets you're on. So you're on 6,000.
Relatively, because I spent a long time trying to RNG manip or learn how to do that, and I'm bad at it. So I was just like, I might as well just continue just a soft reset. So I'm somewhere in the 6,000 range right now.
That you sent me that video about RNG manipulation. I got 2 minutes into it and I was like, no. I was like, I'll just brute force this. I was like, I'll do what I always do in my life and I'll just power through until I get it. But I got him, so he's in the background for this episode. And Pokemon's coming to Universal eventually, so it's still theme park related, tangentially. Carson, how you doing with MLB The Show? I know that just came out as well.
That just dropped. That's my grind. I'm there. They're on the. These guys are on the Pokemon grind, and I'm on the.
I'm on MLB grind. Too. I'm on MLB too.
He is on. Yes, Austin is on MLB The Grind, taking it more seriously this season. That's true. So, no, it's going really well. I already got a really good amount of the World Baseball Classic cards, so that's been really fun. Already doing so much better with hitting. Hitting was I had that learning curve in that game is crazy. You have to put in a lot of hours to be able to figure out how to hit right. But I finally did it with my friend Alec most of the time, and then Austin and I have played a couple games as well together. But yeah, I'm off to I'm really happy with my start right now. Got a lot of really good cards.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's because if they changed it that much. But I'm hitting real well this year. I'm absolutely hitting dingers out there better than I hit at any point last year. So we'll see. That makes me afraid for online. I was having fun. My favorite new thing is the you can blur out what's not the pitcher when you're batting, and for people like me who are blind, very helpful.
I mean, yes, that it is good, and it makes the ball. You can see the ball really well that way, start to finish, from the release point to the plate. But I did find out that it actually causes some lag in online play. So,
really?
It does that, and if you choose to do the ambushing, where you select where which half the strike zone you're going to guess is going to be the stronger hitting section for you, if the ball lands in that spot, that causes some lag in this one too. So both those things, you got to be careful with it if you want to do that. I mean, you can still hit well with the blurring overall, but just be ready for some lag. I think the lag is worse for the blurred background for co-op. But if you're 1v1, it's not as bad. It's still there though, so just be ready for that.
They'll probably patch that pretty quick. I would hope at least.
I hope so.
I
They didn't really think that part through.
I know that would be
good.
good.
Thought about that one.
What was I gonna say about the forget? Oh, that last year we were playing a game together, and you were like, "Oh, you're ambushing." I was like, "What do you mean?" And you're like, "Oh, when you pick what area you think they're gonna pitch at you, if you hit there, you get a boost, but everywhere else is negative." And I was like, "Oh no," because I had been doing that for every single pitch, and I was like, "Oh, maybe that's why I'm not hitting anything."
That is why. Yep. If you choose which half of the strike zone, if it doesn't go in that half, even if you hit it, it's a significant reduction.
Yeah, but fun anyway.
But anyway.
But, today we're here to cover one of Carson's very favorite attractions. We're covering the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh in Magic Kingdom and in Disneyland. It's also in Hong Kong and what was the other one? Shanghai Disneyland. So this is one of Carson's favorite. The big question that we'll answer throughout the episode and maybe right at the top here is what, and this is for the audience as well, what characters of Winnie the Pooh do you think you are? And what is your favorite character of Winnie the Pooh? So I was thinking about this. I think Carson, I think you're Pooh Bear. That's I know that Braden is dressed as Pooh Bear, but I think you're Pooh Bear.
Yes.
I think Braden is Tigger, and I think I am Eeyore. I think that is the trio.
Exactly.
What do you guys think about that?
Or whatever he says. Don't cut that. Yeah. No, don't actually cut it. You're fine.
Yeah,
Jim
I
Cummings
think that's pretty
also
accurate.
does Tigger.
I like that.
The guy that voices Winnie the Pooh also voices Tigger. So
He does.
Jim Cummings. He's a very talented man.
A legend. He also
Absolute
recorded,
legend.
like half, if maybe more than half of whatever that song is. Be prepared.
Yeah, of the Lion King.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Because Jeremy Irons blew his voice out when he was in one of the takes of that. Another legend, Jeremy.
What are you gonna do? Hire voice actors. I don't know what to tell you.
Jim Cummings' voice. If you're like, I don't know who that is, you absolutely do know who Jim Cummings is. He's voiced everyone ever. He's just done a million voices of all the things you've ever seen. I think he's just everyone. I think he's Bartok the Back too from Anastasia. He's just everyone. That's one of my wife's favorite movies. But yeah, so let us know what Winnie the Pooh character you think you are. You guys, what do you guys think about that? Do you guys feel like you're Tigger and Pooh?
I think in our dynamic, definitely. Yes.
Yeah. I think that was
100%.
But without further ado, Carson is actually going to read the overview for us because this is one of his favorite rides. So Carson, take it away.
You know what? I think I will. Let's do it. Here's the overview, folks. A storybook come to life. Be swept away by a gust of wind with Gopher, Piglet, Eeyore, Kanga, and Roo before sliding inside Owl's house. Bob up and down with Tigger during a hide-and-seek adventure. Enter a dream world where singing heffalumps and woozles spring up and down. It's a delightful romp through scenes and songs made famous in the classic Disney film Winnie the Pooh. Before saying goodbye to your new friends, celebrate with Pooh as he finally gets his paws on what he's been searching for. Before your adventure, explore Rabbit's Garden, paint with honey, and visit Eeyore's home.
Yeah, so that last line, I guess, is stuff you can do around the ride.
It is, yeah. It's not necessarily the queue. It's not necessarily the queue, but it's like towards the entrance.
Yeah, I don't know what paint with honey is though. I should have looked that up. I was curious about that.
Yeah. I probably should have checked that out too. I saw the garden and I saw Eeyore's home. I didn't. Yeah. I also saw this. I think this actually is part of the queue, where the kids can play with those like Mickey Mouse like icon, like 3D icons that are on the middle tubing that go through the beehives. You can like move them and it goes up and down.
Yeah, those are like it's part of like the interactive, the very small queue on this. But
interactive.
Also, I want to shout out my pops because my pops does a 1-to-1 Gopher impression. If I called him and asked him to do it right now, he would not do it, but it is uncanny. It is like it is. He has like he can do like the whistle and everything. It's amazing. Yeah, so good. I guess Carson could do that too, but I can't do that. Even though I
Brandon can too.
See, I just have an actual lisp and stutter, so I can't do it when I want to do the gopher. So I got the actual the real deal here. But I'll read a little bit of history for you, and I beefed this section up, so hope all of you history buffs enjoy it. So Winnie the Pooh, sometimes called Pooh Bear or Edward Bear, was created by A.A. Meline and illustrator E.A. Shepherd. The character first appeared in A Christmas Eve story in London's Evening News in 1925. Pooh was inspired by a stuffed bear that the author bought for his son, Christopher Robin, as well as a real bear named Winnie that the family often visited in London Zoo. This is also from Wikipedia, so if it's wrong, it's Wikipedia's fault, not the person who's reading it to you right now, even though I should have double-checked that. After the original licensing rights holder, Stephen Schlesinger, passed away in 1953, his wife, Shirley Schlesinger Laswell, continued developing the character. In 1961, she licensed the right to Walt Disney Productions. That same year, Millane's widow, Daphne Millane, also licensed certain rights to Disney, including motion picture rights. Disney's version of Winnie the Pooh debuted in 1966 with the animated featurette Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree. That was followed by Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day in 1968, and Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2 in 1974. Those three shorts were later combined into the 1977 film, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, which helped cement Disney's version of the character for generations of fans. As Pooh's popularity grew, Disney Imagineers began exploring ways to bring the character into the parks. Early plans in the late 70s called for Pooh's attraction at Disneyland's renovated Fantasyland, but the land reopened in 1983 and the ride was not included. Later, during development of Mickey's Toontown, Imagineers proposed a Winnie the Pooh dark ride where guests would ride in a spinning honeypots through scenes of the animated shorts. The idea was eventually canceled, and the ride system was later reworked into what became Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin. The first Pooh ride opened at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom in 1999, replacing the classic attraction Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. To some people's chagrin, some people love Mr. Toad. I'm one of the fans of Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, but the original is still in Disneyland, so you can go ride it. There was a very sad campaign to save Mr. Toad's Wild Ride back in the day in the early internet, where when they announced like, oh, Winnie the Pooh's going to go there instead, like people were like, we need to save Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, and like 16 people showed up wearing shirts, so it didn't quite work, and they went ahead with their plans. But I appreciate the effort because I also like Mr. Toad. The ride was later updated during the Fantasyland expansion with an interactive queue themed to the 100-acre wood. Disneyland eventually got its own version in 2003, but space was challenging since the park has very little room for expansion, which is debatable. If you've been there, I feel like there's plenty of room for expansion. They would just have to move stuff around, whatever. Instead of building something new, Disney replaced Country Bear Jamboree, which is a much bigger sin, in my opinion, than getting rid of Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. I know. At least it got replaced with another bear attraction. So, because I love bears, both the animal and the people. As a tribute to the original attraction, the mounted heads of Max, Buff, and Melvin from the Country Bear Jamboree were hidden inside the attraction. I did not know that until I was doing this research, so I got to check that out. I think it's like the moose that like talks. If you remember Country Bear Jamboree, you guys remember like Billy Bass? Yeah, like that kind of thing where you like hit a button and like the animatronic mouth moves. So that's somewhere in Winnie the Pooh ride. The attraction reportedly cost around $30 million to build and opened with a large marketing push. Interest was strong at first, though wait times dropped very quickly after opening. And in more recent change, Critter Country was renamed to Bayou Country in November 2024, and that's in Disneyland. And I actually didn't know that either because I pretty much refer to anytime we talk about this area, I still refer to it as Critter Country. So I didn't. So now you know. The more you know.
Well, it's new every day.
There's also a portrait that dedicates to the Mr. Toad ride in Disney World. It's Toad Mr. Toad. Mr. Toad is that I don't know them as well.
Yeah, Mr. Toad.
Frog and Toad. So anyway, it's Owl and Toad is giving his signed deed over to Owl
that's another
so that Owl can own his house.
Yeah, that's another salt in the wound thing. If you like Mr. Toad, it's just like, here's Mr. Toad selling you out. He's get rid of it. I don't know.
Yep.
It's kind of funny. I like that that's there, but it's funny. Did you guys know Winnie the Pooh was that old, 1925?
No,
I did.
I knew he was old. I didn't know he was that old.
I did not know he was that old. Also didn't know the Disney stuff was in like the 60s. Just because like I was like watching it when I was a kid, so I thought it came out in like the 90s.
Right.
I don't think I've seen the individual shorts, but I've definitely seen the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, like the movie that had all the shorts with it.
Yep.
Yeah, we watched that with Harper recently, and she loved it.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Oh, good.
Nice. It's what is it? It's like not overstimulating cartoons, which is
Super
great.
chill.
Nice, calm Winnie the Pooh. But it also brings me to an interesting thing about Winnie the Pooh. So this is kind of like the first phenomenon with this. His copyright, as we talked about, went up in like I think 2019 because it's like
they made those horror movies with him.
Yep, immediately they made Blood and Honey.
Those B-rated.
Dude, that's not even a B movie. That's like a Z movie. That movie sucks. I don't know if you've seen that movie. I've watched it. It's bad. It's a bad movie. The second one is better, but it's not much better. Because it's Blood and Honey 2. But yeah, it's absolute dog crap. It's just like Winnie the Pooh. It's like the concept of the movie is that like Christopher Robin stopped going to the 100-acre wood, and then the animals like started eating people because they had no other food, and they ran out of honey. That's like what the concept is. But they're not like the guy is like it's like a guy in a mask. It's like not a fucking bear. It looks so stupid. So stupid. But they clearly were just trying to cash in on Winnie the Pooh. But that's actually why it's kind of hard to find Winnie the Pooh merch in Disney if you go there, because they don't really have like the copyright thing, so it's like harder for them to like make a lot of merch around it.
Interesting.
I think they found ways to get around that, but that also brings me to the other thing where Mickey Mouse is still copyrighted. I'm not sure when his is up, but Steamboat Willie's copyright went up.
Yeah.
And then they also made a horror movie about Steamboat Willie.
Yes, they jumped on
that. That movie is truly atrocious. That movie makes Blood and Honey look like an Oscar-nominated film. That Mickey Mouse one is so devoid of any creativity. It's so bad. He's like, they're in like a laser tag arena. Steamboat Willie, can teleport for some reason. The whole movie is strobe effects, which for my photosensitive ass, I loathe. Terrible. That is like a 0 out of 10. It's a terrible, terrible movie. But I also, as I want to do, my conspiracy theory is that Disney asked people to do this so they can go to Congress eventually when Congress is more favorable, and they can be like, look what happens when our copyright goes up. These people make these terrible horror movies and they're devoid of creativity. You should just allow us to have permanent copyright. That's my conspiracy theory about why these terrible movies come out.
I mean, they're not above changing the laws just to keep Mickey Mouse. So
when Mickey Mouse is up, I don't know when that is, but when he's up, there's gonna be some stuff going on.
Oh yeah.
But I got a little bit of stats and info for you here as well for Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Stats and info. This ride is in Magic Kingdom, Disneyland, Shanghai Disney, and Hong Kong Disney. There's also a Winnie the Pooh ride in Japan called Pooh's Honey Hunt, but it's a trackless ride system, and it's very different than this ride. But just thought I'd mention that. This is a dark ride. The theme, obviously, the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. The vehicle type in Magic Kingdom, Shanghai, and Hong Kong, you're in a honey pot. It just kind of looks like a ride vehicle that's like from like Roller Coaster Tycoon, but it's like kind of dressed up to be a honey pot. But in Disneyland, you're in a beehive, so that's kind of fun that they're different. The duration is about 3 minutes. Max speed, slow as hell. Max capacity is somewhere to 350 for Disney World, 750 to 850, which is pretty low. And then Disneyland is somewhere between 800 to 1,000. The AI overview said 2,000, but that seemed like horse shit to me, so I just wanted to call out that. This also has disability access with wheelchair accessible vehicles. Well, if you go up and you're in a wheelchair, they'll bring in a unique vehicle that can seat a wheelchair. That's pretty cool. They also have assisted listening available and closed captioning available.
Sweet.
There you go. What do you guys think is better, the honey pot or the beehive?
Oh, I like the honey pot personally.
You like the honey pot? That's the one you've been in.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, Braden has not been on this ride, so he doesn't have an opinion.
I've watched the ride, so I have no opinion. But if I had to go up based off vibes, the pot, brother. Put me in the honey pot any day. I hate them stinging motherfuckers. I hate those guys.
I like the honey pot. I thought I had a good time. Or not the honey pot, the
beehive.
The beehive. Thank you. God, I'm all over the place today. The beehive. I thought it was cute. Also, every time I look at Winnie the Pooh, I think about Kingdom Hearts because if you play Kingdom Hearts, the very boring part where you got to play through Winnie the Pooh and do like mundane tasks with Pooh Bear, but you get a lot of good rewards. But I always think about that, which is a happy memory for me. But next up, Braden's going to read through the Magic Kingdom, the Hong Kong, and the Shanghai Disneyland versions because they're all very similar. And then I'll read through the Disneyland version over in Anaheim.
Yes.
Hey,
so the Magic... Oh, I just kicked my camera. Yeah, so the Magic Kingdom, Hong Kong, and Shanghai Disneyland versions, the ride begins as the vehicles leave the load area and approach a giant storybook featuring Winnie the Pooh and Christopher Robin. From there, the guests enter the 100-acre wood during a very blustery day. Piglet spins through the wind holding onto a broom, while Pooh floats nearby with a balloon trying to reach a pot of honey, naturally. Roo almost gets blown away as Kanga holds on to him. Next, the ride passes through Owl's house, where everything has been blown around by the wind. Eagle-eyed riders might spot a few hidden tributes to Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, including a picture of J. Thaddeus Toad handing Owl a deed, which Carson actually mentioned earlier. After passing another storybook page, Tigger suddenly bounces into the scene. The ride vehicles begin bouncing along with him as you travel through the 100-acre wood, with Tigger popping up in different places along the way. Eventually, the ride reaches Pooh's house, where Tigger tells him about heffalumps and woozles. Y'all know about them? Y'all know about heffalumps and woozles? I don't mess with those things. Pooh promptly falls asleep and begins floating into a dream, very a la Dumbo style when I watched the video. In Pooh's dream, the room fills with strange heffalumps and woozles. Honey pots come to life, woozles pop out on stringy necks, and colorful heffalumps... I'm going to do that again. And colorful heffalumps dance and play music as the vehicles move through the surreal scene. The dream ends as thunder and rain suddenly begin pouring over the 100-acre wood. The vehicles appear to float through the storm as everyone tries to rescue Piglet from the rising water. Pooh himself is blown away through the wind. Pooh himself is blown away through the sky by the wind. Finally, the storm clears and everyone gathers together to celebrate. Everyone except Pooh, who is happily enjoying a pot of honey. The ride passes a final storybook page reading "The End" before returning to the unload area. Fun fact, the attraction was the last time Paul Winchell voiced Tigger.
There you go, and he did that before Jim Cummings took over. So there you go. That also, when you were reading that, it reminded me of a GIF I use all the time with my wife. I think it's also from Kingdom Hearts, but Pooh Bear, where like Pooh Bear's sitting on like a log or something, and then his like soul flows away. He just like floats up. I use that all the time.
Is that his heart leaving?
I forget what the hell the context is because those games are all over the place. But
yeah,
I do love that GIF. But yeah, so that's the right. Carson, you want to? I know this is like one of your favorites, and that was the version you've been on in Magic Kingdom. So what was your personal experience with that bad boy?
Yeah, I loved it. I remember really enjoying the beehive thing. I remember really enjoying seeing the honey pots floating around because I watched the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh a lot, and so one of my favorite moments is when it rains a lot, and so everything's like floating. They're all like floating around, and so being in a honey pot made me feel like that as a kid when I wrote it. So that was very memorable. And then going into Owl's house actually kind of scared me a little bit because it's during the blustery day part, like little story in the from the movie and the book. And so you can see like the walls like moving and the like broken pieces like kind of leaning into you and back out again. So I was like, are they gonna fall on me? And so that was pretty memorable. And then I just really liked the end with when I saw when you see all the characters at the table celebrating with each other, and then Pooh Bear's there sticking his head out the trunk of the tree. So good. But I also loved feeling like being in the book. Like I think that was one of the coolest ideas that they had, is like you are right there in the book, like they do, because they don't let the characters hide that in the movie, which is one of the things I love. I think it's a really fun choice, is like they let the book itself be part of their world. And so I remember really liking that aspect when I was a kid too.
Yeah, they break the fourth wall a bit because Pooh, like when he's like holding on the balloon,
he's talking to the narrator.
Yeah, he's like talking to the narrator, and he like floats through the pages when he's holding on the balloon. He like floats out of the book, and that's what kind of that's kind of what the ride is based off. You know, you're just kind of like going along with the crew.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I also love
I missed it.
It's fun. It's a nice little dark ride. You know, it's nothing like, you know, it's not like the best ride on the planet, but it's a nice little ride.
Dare you?
I also like.
Dare you? You're just salty that it replaced Country
Bears. I said
Bears.
it was good. I do love Country. Listen, I love Country Bears. This is well established. We'll have to do a whole big episode on Country Bear Jamboree.
Remember me.
I went and watched that.
Think about
Very
that,
funny.
Dude. I've thought about that all week.
That was awesome. I love that fact. But I also love when Pooh Bear he's in my like lasting memory of this ride is like Pooh Bear eating all the honey inside the tree. Which doesn't make a lot of sense because like why is there honey inside the tree? But I still like the general idea of it. I'll read the Disneyland version for you now. So while the Magic Kingdom, Hong Kong, and Shanghai versions are very similar, the Disneyland version is a little different. For starters, the ride vehicles look like beehives instead of honeypots. After leaving the outdoor load area, guests enter the 100-acre wood where Pooh is floating through the air with a balloon. Eeyore, the other characters, are nearby, and Gopher pops out of his hole to greet riders. From there, the ride moves into the rainstorm scene much earlier than in the Florida version. Next is shorter Tigger scene before guests head into Pooh's bedroom, where he falls asleep and begins dreaming of heffalumps and woozles. In the dream sequence, strange woozles pop out of Jack in the Box, and while colorful heffalumps dance around. One scene even shows Pooh Bear floating in a balloon above while swirling whirlpool of honey. As you leave the dream sequence, there's a hidden tribute to the old Country Bear Jamboree attraction. If you look up and behind you, you can spot the mounted heads of Max, Buff, and Melvin from the original show. The ride moves into the finale where Pooh wakes up to find his friends celebrating his birthday. Everyone gathered around with gifts as Pooh happily enjoys some honey before the ride returns to the unload area. Fun fact, Disney Imagineer Raymond Kinman carved the wooden entrance sign for the attraction, and Jim Cummings provides the voices of both Winnie the Pooh and Tigger in this version of the ride. One of the interesting things about this ride is that the load area is almost fully outside. It's a very, very short little queue area that you're just kind of like you are in Critter Country, or no, it's Bayou Country now. See, I did it again. And next to Splash Mountain. God, that's also not what it's called anymore. Next to Tiana's. You just like get in your little pot and then you go inside and you get some nice AC and a nice little reprieve from the warm air. But fun little differences for you there in the ride.
Carson, how much would you like the ride more if instead of Winnie the Pooh in the tree eating honey, it was just me?
That's going to be the thumbnail for the video. I was really scared as a kid, but right now,
you'd be hell yeah.
Dream. I want that to be my dream.
Dreams coming through. That would be hard to explain to the kids. You'd be like, I guess Pooh Bear's on a break. That one of them bubble cigarettes?
No, it's there's like chalk in here.
Oh, gotcha.
So you blow it out, but it's like all solidified. Whatever. I thought it was gonna be funnier. It's okay.
Did you have that first scene?
I liked it. I thought it was funny.
God.
You have to do that for like an audition at one point soon or recently?
I could. I mean, I just popped the pack open like literally as you were going through that. I was paying attention.
Hey, I'm not gonna fault you. I know the viewer retention on these videos. So
Don't
it's all
smoke.
good. Don't smoke, kids. It's bad for you.
Okay, if you
Don't
smoke,
do
I'll
it,
find
don't
you. All right, listen.
And if you have celiac
That's all
disease,
you
don't smoke cigars because they have gluten in them. And I learned that
That's
the hard way.
crazy. What the hell?
Yep.
What?
Yep. That was what kicked off my entire celiac journey. Because I just happened to be going bread free for a bit, but then I was at a wedding and I was enjoying the cigar, and then the next day I woke up and I was dying. I was absolutely dying, and I found out that cigars, in the adhesive that is in every cigar, there's gluten, so there's no escape.
That's insane, bro. I'm
There's
sorry.
no escape. I've also looked up if
Dang.
there are gluten-free cigars, so I could smoke them. There are not, and I wonder if that's because the Venn diagram of people who have celiac disease and people who smoke cigars is just me. But one day I'll have to. They were like, you can make your own, and then I was like, what am I doing? I was like, if I make my own cigar, what am I doing here? I got to buy my own tobacco. Yeah, I know. I was like, I got to buy my own stuff. But anyway,
I'm gonna take this on the Winnie the Pooh ride. They're never gonna tell me I can't.
They're not gonna tell me I can't smoke this cigar. This homemade cigar.
Yeah.
I need one of those big ones that they have in old cartoons that like the really fat ends. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you're on the ride. You're like, it's for my disability, okay?
It's like that's why I'm in this the honey pot.
It's medicinal.
Yeah.
Medicinal tobacco. Okay. Carson, you have another section coming up. Take it away.
Do I? I know I do. Gather around, you little brats. It's time for Carson's Corner. Come here. All right, now listen close. The Soviet adaptation. In the Soviet Union, 3 Winnie the Pooh, pronounced as Vinny, pardon my Russian, Vinnie Pooh stories were made into a celebrated trilogy. Winnie the Pooh, based on Chapter 1, Winnie the Pooh Pays a Visit, based on Chapter 2, and Winnie the Pooh and a Busy Day, based on Chapters 4 and 6. The films used Boris Zakhoder's translation of the book. Pooh was voiced by Yevgeny Leonov. Unlike the Disney adaptations, the animators did not base their depictions of the characters on Shepard's illustrations, instead creating a different look. The Soviet adaptations made extensive use of Milna's original text and often brought out aspects of Milna's characters' personalities not used in the Disney adaptations.
Ooh.
I was like, I'm going to give this to Carson because I want him to struggle with the Russian.
Yeah, thank you. I did. Congratulations. Good call.
I forgot because this is Carson's Corner. Carson, did you know that I named that after Pooh's Corner? Because I know you like Pooh Bear so much. That's why it's Carson's Corner.
I know now.
And I'm thematic for this bitch.
Oh, what romantic. Good.
I also like the
get out of here.
vaguely. Let's get out of here. I also like the vaguely Soviet names of the Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh Pays a Visit. Very, very, very like a matter of fact. Also, I'll put it in the video, but I'll show you boys. That's what it looks like. That's the Soviet Winnie the Pooh. That little Eeyore, you can tell owl, but there's Piglet and Pooh on the right there.
Is Pooh a like a red panda?
He's like he's a bear, but he looks like a tanuki. If you know what a tanuki
Yeah,
is.
like a tanuki. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Actually, that is your version of Eeyore. That is for sure. That is your Eeyore.
the Russian version of Eeyore. He looks very similar to the other Eeyore too. I watched these. I was so tickled by this that I was like, I must watch the Soviet version of Winnie the Pooh. Obviously, I didn't understand a damn thing they were saying, but I did like them. They were very like Soviet. Like the background doesn't move at all, and the animation is very basic. Like I could probably whip something up within like a day that looks very similar. But I did enjoy it. I thought it was fun. So give that a watch. Soviet Winnie the Pooh.
I will literally watch that after this is done.
Comrade Pooh.
Comrade Pooh Bear.
And then I got a fun fact for you. I took the controversial one because if anyone's going to get in trouble on this podcast, it's going to be me. Xi Jinping. Do you guys know who that is?
Oh yeah.
He's the leader of China, and he has a long storied history with Winnie the Pooh. For some reason, there is a meme comparing Eeyore and Winnie the Pooh to a former Japanese prime minister and Xi Jinping, respectively. In China, images of Winnie the Pooh were like censored and banned starting in 2017 when internet memes comparing the Chinese leader to Winnie the Pooh, and he hates it. He absolutely loathes it. So you can't. There's like you have to be very careful if you're in China using Winnie the Pooh. The 2018 film Christopher Robin was also denied a Chinese release because of that. Although
Ewan McGregor?
Yeah, the one with Ewan McGregor, a very like calm movie, where the toys look like they've been left out in the sun too long. They look all sun washed.
Yeah, they look very well worn.
Oh yeah, and although many in the United States attributed the omission of Christopher Robin Chinese censor to censorship, Chinese authorities they did not provide an explanation, but we all know what happened. And places like the Philippines and Korea like have used Winnie the Pooh as like a resistance, like kind of like not resistance, but like anti-China thing, just like anti-Xi Jinping, to be like, fuck that guy, he looks like Winnie the goddamn Pooh. Even though he doesn't, I don't understand the connection. I just think it's funny. Winnie the ride is still in the Shanghai Disneyland, so but it wasn't that bad. But there's just a lot of censorship in Kingdom Hearts 3 in China. There was also they cut out some of the Winnie the Pooh stuff. If you are in America and you watch South Park, you might remember the 2019 episode where Pooh Bear was featured in the episode Banned in China as a prisoner in China because of his alleged resemblance to Xi Jinping. In the episode, Pooh Bear is brutally killed by Randy Marsh. South Park, the episode was banned in China as a result of the episode. Taiwanese pilots have worn morale badges featuring a Formosan black bear punching Winnie the Pooh in the face. These patches are produced by a private company, and the demand for them surged greatly after the pictures of active duty personnel began wearing them. There you go. A little bit of controversy for you with Winnie the Pooh in Tickets Please for you. I've seen that episode of South Park. It's very, very funny.
South Park, man.
So I think Mickey Mouse is also in China because he's annoyed that it's censored, and I think maybe Mickey Mouse pays Randy Marsh to kill Winnie the Pooh.
Probably,
which is very funny. And then Stan is like, "Dad, did you kill Winnie the Pooh?" And Randy's like, "I did kill Winnie the Pooh." Very funny. Yeah, so a little bit of controversy there for you. Don't compare Xi Jinping to Winnie the Pooh. That will get you in a lot of trouble in China. For real though, do not do this. I know that this is not going to be shown in China anyway. But if somehow this ever if somehow this ever got in China, don't talk about Winnie the Pooh. That will get you in a lot of trouble. Anything else from you guys before we jump into the test?
No, dude.
Love the ride. I love Winnie the
Acre
Pooh.
Wood, brother. I'd love to just chill. I'd love to go to, I want to go to Rabbit's house really bad.
Rabbit's house?
Ooh,
Yeah.
Go to the garden.
You can go to Rabbit's garden.
Eat some veggies.
Yeah, and him be an absolute asshole to me. I think he sucks.
Dude, he just has bad anxiety, man. He just doesn't want Pooh eating.
You're right. Hey, that's on me. That's on me.
That's on me.
That's on me, brother.
Tigger's always stomping on his veggies, and Pooh's always eating all his damn honey.
I just remember the Valentine's where they're like, "Don't send Valentines," and Pooh's like, "But somebody gave me one. I have to give a Valentine back." And he's like, "I will kill you with a gun." That's what Rabbit says.
I will kill you with a gun if you give me a Valentine. All right. Test number 1. To all that come to this happy place. Can your grandma get on this ride? Can a small kid get on this ride? Are there any other limitations? I'll start with this one. I think that's a pretty good pass. It actually has wheelchair disability. There's no, I think there's probably height restrictions, but just like nothing past the normal. And you can probably hold on to your kid if there's too small. And it's a very calm ride, and it doesn't like, I know it says it bounces, but it's just kind of like simulated bouncing. It doesn't spin. It's very calm, and it's not too disorientating, unlike the Cat in the Hat ride. So I think anyone can get on this ride. What do you guys think?
Pass.
Yeah.
Pass it is.
Easy pass.
The shake, rattle, and roll test. What is the ride physically like? What is its top speed? If it aims to be thrilling, does it succeed? Does it cause discomfort, and does it fulfill its purpose? I can start with this one just because top speed, couldn't find it. It's a very slow moving dark ride. It's about 3 minutes. The ride, you're just like, it's just a dark ride. You're just on a track. I don't even think it's not even an Omni mover, so you're just like on a track. Standard dark ride, very similar to Peter Pan or Pinocchio or any of those kind of rides where you're just like on a simulated going through the story. It doesn't aim to be thrilling, so it doesn't, I wouldn't worry too much about that. It definitely is not uncomfortable. In fact, it's a very comfortable ride because you get that nice AC and it's very calm. And before I forget, I did want to mention there's a very funny, I forget who they are, but they're a popular YouTube group, and they have a very famous clip where one of them is talking about, he's on stage and he's talking about going on Winnie the Pooh with his baby, and he's like, and you're riding the ride. I'll play the clip now, but he's like, you're riding the ride with your baby, and you're like, this is so nice, and the baby's like, this is so nice, and then you get to Tigger's Abyss, where there's all these heffalumps and woozles everywhere. It's very funny. So if you want to be a little thrilling, you got the heffalumps and woozles section. But the purpose of this ride is just to kind of fill space in Bayou Country, kind of fit the theming. It's right next to the Country Bear Jamboree barbecue joint, and it's right behind Tiana's. Actually, couldn't find it at first because I was like, where is this? Because it's right behind Tiana's. But it fits very well in the narrative of the Critter Country, what it used to be called. So for me, that's a pass. What about you, Cars?
Yeah. Easy pass.
Braden?
I would say pass. And you say it kind of bounces a little bit.
Bounces a little bit.
I like that.
Yeah, I like the little bit of bouncing.
I like it. Hey,
does Pooh Bear?
I get to chill, and if I bust, that's on me. You know what I'm saying?
Does Pooh Bear bounce? The answer is yes.
Do it bounce?
Do it bounce? I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna cut that from where I stopped talking to now. No, I'm kidding.
That's a YouTube quote right there.
Oh, I forgot to look up the average wait time. Hold on.
4 hours. The wait time when we were there was really long. We would have ridden it.
Was it?
It was pretty long when we were there. Yeah. Every time we would go by. It was 50 minutes, maybe more.
Wow. People really wanted to ride the ride. Was it pretty hot when you were there?
Hot and rainy.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it too.
That's not true. It was cold. I'm remembering incorrectly. It was cold.
What the?
It was cold?
Okay. So that's actually interesting. So I was looking up the information there because I forgot to do that. So test number 3, enter the universe test. What is the average wait time? Braden said it was a very long wait for him in Magic Kingdom. So I wanted to check both. So for Disneyland, the average wait time is 5 minutes, which I can attest to. I walked right on this ride. It was no problem at all. The longest average wait is 15 minutes. Magic Kingdom, that is not the case. The average is 42 minutes, and the current wait time as of right now, we're recording this on a Friday afternoon, is 60 minutes. So that's a tough pill to swallow for this ride. How good is the queue experience, and does the queue have interactive elements to entertain? Carson, take it away.
I'm giving it a solid pass. There are some fun elements to it. Like I've talked about a couple times already. The beehive with the Mickey Mouse ear icon things you can move around. You get to read parts of the story as you're walking through it. I know it's tight. It's kind of compressed, so it's a little, if you're uncomfortable with tight spaces like that, it might not be too fun in that way. But interactive. You get to read the pages. They have a couple fun little illustrations there for you too. So there's a cool honey wall. One of the pages is talking about Pooh loving the honey, and so it's just an animation of the honey slowly dripping down in the middle of the page. So I thought that was cool too. So yeah, solid pass for me.
Pass for Carson and Braden. What about you?
Yeah, the clips that I saw, the queue looks great. I mean, the honey wall was what I was about to talk about. Like, there was, I watched a couple of videos, and like, two of them had kids in the line, and they were all just like having a great time in the honey wall. When it's like, coming from a parent, I feel like that would just make it all worth it. So
yeah,
cool. No matter what the wait would be.
By the way, I'm going to be rating the Disneyland version, and Carson and Braden will be doing the Magic Kingdom one because I've been on the Disneyland one more recently because they're different. But there's really no queue in the Disneyland one. It's just like outside, and you kind of just walk on. Like the wait time is much shorter. Like so they don't really need to entertain you because you just kind of walk on, I imagine. And so that's going to be a fail for me actually because there's like really nothing. Like it's pretty. I like the outside queue. I think it's themed very well. But there's just not a whole lot going on, so it's a fail for me.
Oh, that is interesting.
Hates Winnie the Pooh.
Austin,
no.
To edit, Austin is salty about country berries being repaired.
Editor's note. Take it with a grain of salt. To infinity and beyond test. Does the ride create a world beyond itself? Can it be adapted into other media? How popular is it, and has it created a legacy? Braden, you've started us here.
So this category, because technically it like is already an extension of the universe. Mm-hmm. So I guess if we're talking about the ride itself, just the ride, no. But I don't think that counts because like Winnie the Pooh is such a big IP that like you go on the Winnie the Pooh ride. I didn't come before watching the video. I was like, I don't know what the ride's name is. I just know it's the Winnie the Pooh ride. So yeah, I think that's a pass.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like this is kind of like the weird one we get into this sometimes where it's like the test is backwards because like it was already adapted. Like this was media and then it was adapted into a ride rather than like a ride adapted into media like Pirates of the Caribbean. But I do think it creates a world beyond itself. Like people love Winnie the Pooh. I think it does it really well. Like with like Carson was talking about like how like it shows the book while you're reading it. So I think that's pretty cool. And it's remained pretty popular. We just talked about the wait time. 45 minutes, that's a long time. To wait for this 3-minute ride. So that's a pass for me. What about you, Carson?
Yeah. You hit both of you hit the really good points about it being reversed and everything like that. So and it's very memorable. So pass for me.
Nice. Test number 5, the downtime test. Has this ride been adapted over time? Does it experience frequent downtime? Is it difficult to get on? So for the second question there is, does it experience frequent downtime? It doesn't really, but before I answer, I'll throw it to Cars. Cars, what do you think?
I mean, I don't think it experiences a lot of downtime. So, and there weren't many updates about it being down or needing updates or fixings when we were there. So, from my personal experience, I'll give it a pass.
Gotcha. What about you, Braden?
Yeah, I mean, it looks great. It runs fine. It never was down when we were there. We were there for a whole week.
See, and this is where my saltiness is going to come back in because this ride has never changed from its original iteration, so it has not been adapted. It hasn't changed over time. Doesn't experience downtime, but damn, that Magic Kingdom wait time—that's killer. That's 45 minutes. That's a long time.
That's tough.
And so it is kind of difficult to get on. So that's going to be a fail for me. And I'm not just being salty. I think we'll get to this in a later test, actually the next test. So I'll save my opinion, but I think a couple of things worry about me for the future of this ride.
I understand though, because like if it's just you and maybe like a partner your age that's you both like are like, it's a cool ride. I would rather go wait an hour to go on this ride.
Yeah,
I don't need to go on this ride.
If I have to wait an hour for Rise of the Resistance or Winnie the Pooh, I'm waiting for Rise.
Rise, yeah.
But I was only able to convince my wife to get on this ride because it was such a short wait. Like we just didn't wait at all. We just hop right on. But test number 6, the past, present, and future test. Does this ride have staying power? Will it be around in 10 years? Will it be around in 20 years? Will the IP remain relevant? And is it likely to get replaced? Tough questions. I'm going to start with Carson here.
That is tough, especially with rights being public at this point. Because this was originally out in '99. Is that right?
99, yeah, for the Magic Kingdom, and then 2003 for the Disneyland version.
For Disneyland. Yeah, honestly, that's for Winnie the Pooh specifically, that's pretty new. So along with that, with the rights situation, I think it will stick around. I think it will be renovated at some point but it's gonna be one of those rides where it's only gonna get renovated when it needs to be, is my guess. And so I think it's gonna be okay. I think I'm gonna give it a pass.
Pass.
But I will put an asterisk, and it's a light pass because I can see it getting replaced in the future by something else, or it gets moved somewhere and something else takes that spot, something like that.
That's fair. Yeah, I worry about I don't know what happens with the rights to it. That's kind of what I worry about. I'm like, can they make it?
Yeah, me too.
Like, but Braden, what do you think?
Yeah, it's a fail for me. I don't think it's gonna last. Like, I think it'll last 5 years. I think it'll last another 10 years. Especially like the Magic Kingdom one, I think is gonna be a lot harder to get rid of than the Disneyland one, because the Disneyland one's newer, and if you were there and you were like, we just walked on, there's obviously not a lot of, at least in the day. I mean, that's I'm generalizing based on one experience, but like it just doesn't seem like there's a lot of demand for it in California. But like Disney's got some IPs that they definitely, that they own and will own for a long time, that I think they'll make a lot more money with if they made a ride in Winnie the Pooh's place.
I think that's fair. I'm really 50-50 here. I got for a couple of these questions, like, will the IP remain relevant? I think Winnie the Pooh will always remain relevant. He's been around since 1925. Shout out to Penny, real quick. I saw Penny make it here.
My cat made a cameo.
Like, I think it's been around since 1925. It's over 100 years old at this point, and it's still, people still love Winnie the Pooh. It's actually one of the number one sellers of merch. I think it's like only second to Mickey Mouse when they were selling merch of Winnie the Pooh. But I think this is like a top candidate to get replaced in both parks. I think it's just like real estate in both parks, and I don't think it's like a huge burden to get rid of these rides, even though I like them. I think there will always be a place for Winnie the Pooh. I would love these rides to be converted into like Pooh's Honey Hunt, like the dark ride over in Japan, which would be great to get on at some point. But for me, I'm going to give that a fail. But I'm really 50-50. I can see that one going either way. But number 7, the Mel Brooks test, merchandising. Would you buy merch from this ride? If yes, what would it be? I would buy merch from this ride. I would buy a hat easily. I would buy a hat. I would buy a shirt. I definitely own Winnie the Pooh shoes. Like, I have a pair of Winnie the Pooh Vans. So because they did like
cool.
Back in the day, did a collab.
They're really cool.
Do you have them?
I still have them. Yeah.
Where are they at?
They're in store. They're in storage. I was
Okay.
like, I should get them now, but they're like deep in storage, and so
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm not gonna be able to find those.
Like, that sounds sick as hell.
But yeah, they're cool. I do like them. But so I would buy stuff. What about you, Braden? Would you buy stuff?
Yeah. I think if we were to watch more Winnie the Pooh at home, like, I was really and we don't. We've watched the Adventure with Winnie the Pooh maybe like once through, and Harper liked it. But before she even saw it, I was like, she needs an Eeyore. But I was kind of like, oh, she's never seen it. What's the point? Yeah. It takes a lot for me to be like, we need merch of that. Unless it's like Pokemon. I'll buy Pokemon merch like that. But,
as you can see behind me, I'm a big Pokemon guy too.
But yeah.
Also, people love Eeyore. I don't know what's up with Eeyore and why he's so like, he's like more pervasive in like the culture. Like, my mom and my sister love Eeyore, and my wife even has an Eeyore sweater. So
he's a cutie.
He's a cutie. I like that he has a bow on his tail. Like, did he put that there? I also like that
there.
Just floating down the river. Poor Eeyore. Also, I forgot to mention earlier when they were like, you can see Eeyore's house, just like a bundle of sticks, just like a little triangle of sticks. Carson, what about you? Would you buy stuff?
Dude, the shirt, the hat, a shot glass.
There's no way they have a Winnie the Pooh shot glass. There's no way.
I bet you can make
Do the
something
internet.
for it.
To Disney official shot glass? There's no way.
Disney official Adventures of Winnie the Pooh shot glass.
If that is a thing, then we all gotta get one.
I would love like Pooh Bear slippers. I would love. Yeah, I would do. Yeah,
we gotta get you a Pooh Bear onesie.
Yes, I would do that. I would do a Winnie the Pooh umbrella. I would. Yeah, the list goes on. Of course, I would buy merch from there.
Braden, did you find Disney official shot glass of Winnie the Pooh?
No, not official.
Not official. I was gonna say that's a different type of honey. That's a different kind of honey going down for Winnie the Pooh.
I need to call up Jim Beam for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, get some actual good bourbon. Sorry, Jim Beam.
He's the
they're not going to sponsor us now.
Listen, there's a lot of good cheap bourbon out there, and I know them, but I wouldn't say Jim Beam was one of them. Test number 8. I said ape. Test number 8. Does Top Gunning for more tests? Oh my God. Scrap it. We're taking it from the top. Top Gunning. Oh my God. Throw my pen across the room. Test number 8. Top Gunning for more. Got it. You'll never know how many takes that took, guys. Does the ride offer enough to justify multiple rides? Are people excited after riding? Is the excitement noticeable in line? So I'll speak for the Disneyland version. No. This is a one and done for me. I like this ride. It's very calm. I would ride it once per visit at the park. But I would not re-ride it, even though it is very calm. And I wouldn't say anyone's excited. Everyone's happy. But for me, that's a fail. Carson, what about you?
If I'm there for 3 days, I would ride it for 2 of those 3 days. I would make it a point. And that is Disney World, not just Disneyland. I would make it a priority for me.
Say it's because this is your favorite. This is one of your favorite rides, and so you're just all
one
about
of my faves. Sure.
Braden, what about you?
I want to give it a pass because I like the guy, but I don't have a tie to Winnie the Pooh.
You didn't even get it. You didn't even get on it once.
No, so fail.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
A ghost will follow you home. Does the ride linger in your thoughts days later? Would you recommend it to others? I actually would recommend this to others. It does kind of linger in my thoughts. I think the art design is I think they could have just made it run of the mill, like Winnie the Pooh, but I like the books. I like the Heffalumps and Woozles. I like the creative choices there. And so it definitely does stick in my mind. I definitely love Winnie the Pooh. So for me, that's a pass. A light pass, but I'm passing. Braden, what about you?
Based on other people's opinions of it, I would say it's a pass. I mean, I hear plenty of people say that it's a good ride and you should get on it.
Yeah. And Carson, I know it's going to be a pass for you, correct?
He hates it.
He hates it.
I think we all know what my answer is, folks.
He loves it. Look at his hat.
Oh yeah,
there's a bear on here.
Little cubby.
Just a little cubby guy. Ready to hit some baseballs.
And the tickets please priority test. Is this experience worth planning your day around? Would you wait twice the average time to ride? If you don't ride, will your day have been worse? So for Braden, this is an automatic fail because he did not get on the ride.
Cover your ears. No.
I tried to cover, but they're bone condensing. No.
Bone condensing ears. I mean, if you waited double the average wait time for Disney World, that'd be a full. What is that? Full hour and a half. That's a long time. To wait for a 3-minute ride that is Winnie the Pooh. And then even for me, even though that wait time is 5 minutes, so I would only have to wait 10 minutes. I would not plan my day around this, even though I like the ride. I think it's a worthy ride. I think it's great that it's in the park, but I would definitely not plan my day around it. And my day won't have been substantially worse if I haven't got on it. But then I'll throw it to Pooh Bear himself. What do you think?
Yeah, of course I would plan one day and then make sure, and then have it be a side quest to go the second day.
Carson's we're getting on Winnie the Pooh. God damn it. Okay, listen.
Yeah.
It's like Dave.
Okay, what else we do?
3 times. You're like, guys, the wait time's only 40 minutes. We can get on.
I was gonna say, it's a deal. There's only 30-minute wait time. We got to get on it. It's a deal.
We rode it twice today. My tummy hurts. I gotta
It's
go
on
back.
25 for 25 minutes.
I feel like
Third up in the Magic Kingdom.
I feel like if we go to Disney, like me and Braden might lose Carson, and if we do, we'll just find him on.
I don't know where I am.
Right.
You're not gonna lose me.
There is no losing you. We'll know exactly where you are.
If I lose sight of you, I'll just be like, well, guess I'll go meet them at Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. The scores are all over the place here, gents. So give me 1 sec.
Yes, no worries, no worries. How long you been with her?
Oh my god, I saw that. Didn't understand it though.
How long you been with her?
All right, hold on. So unsurprisingly, Carson gave this a perfect 10 out of 10. It was very funny for me. I think that only matches like Haunted Mansion and maybe Tower of Terror for perfect. Very funny.
Yeah.
Braden gave it a 7 out of 10, and that was for the Magic Kingdom version. I gave it a 5 out of 10, and that was for the Disneyland version. And then Carson's face. And then so that 23 out of 23 out of 30 points. So what's the average of that? Hold on.
Wait, you said you gave it a 5 out of 10?
I gave it a 5 out of 10, but that's the Disneyland version, just because the queue is very not good.
That's 22. 10 plus 7 plus 5 is 22.
So that leads us to just about a 7 out of 10 for both combined. Let me check the rating score that I don't remember. Give me 1 sec. That like tickets appreciated. So that's tickets appreciated. Gets pulled up by Carson's perfect 10 out of 10 score. Gets pulled down by my 5 out of 10 score. So mine was a tickets tolerated. Carson's was a tickets pleased, and Braden's was a tickets appreciated. So we're all over the map here, folks. But that's why we have different people on the show. You can get different opinions. But that will do it for this nice chunky episode with a nice chunky bear of Winnie the Pooh. Thank you, Braden, for dressing up as Winnie the Pooh.
Of course.
I really appreciate that. I kind of want. We might have to do for Halloween episode the three of us dressed as the three respective characters because that's too funny.
Oh yeah, okay.
That'd be awesome.
He's gonna paint himself completely yellow.
He's gonna be yellow. He's gonna get a strong email from the Chinese government asking him to not do that.
My buddy Z.
Xi Jinping. But yeah, that will do it for Tickets Please. Where that reminds me, I might put this at the top of the episode. It didn't go viral by any means, but for us, it was very popular. On TikTok, I clipped Braden talking about his experience of drinking around the world. And for some reason, it was very funny, but it got like 30 bookmarks. It got like 100 likes. People really liked that one. The bookmarks was strange to me. So I was like, wow, look at that. So yeah, we're on TikTok. Find me as I think it's Tickets Please OSG or OSG Tickets Please, one of those two. We're also on Instagram. You can also find us Tickets Please. All our links are in the description or in my bio on Instagram or TikTok. You can find us anywhere. You guys have anything to shout out before we go?
Shout out Shiny Charmander.
Shiny Charmander. He's in the back. He's looking good there. I can't wait to get.
Are you trying to go for a shiny Charmander? Which one are you trying to go for? Shiny Squirtle?
I'm trying to go for a shiny Charmander. I'm trying my hardest.
You're gonna get it. It's gonna feel. I'll tell you what. I was losing my mind, but when I got it, I was like, worth it. I would do it again.
I'm also gonna be going for shiny Fuecoco soon.
Oh, I love Fuecoco. That's like only Scarlet and Violet one. I was like, this is a good one.
Very cute. If you ever get it, let me know because I just completed.
I had it
today.
I had it, but I think I sold it. But I'll double check. But what was I gonna say about that? Something about I'm also gonna be shiny hunting for a Voltorb because he's blue and I've never gotten one before.
Sick as hell. Awesome shiny.
I'm gonna be doing that later in the game. But hopefully it won't take as long. But but Carson, keep breaking them up in MLB The Show. Braden, good luck with your shiny hunt, and we'll be back soon with another episode. But thank you all for watching.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Take care.